Welcome to Way to Truth for Life. This time we'll be talking about you were born to do this. All right. There's a lot that we really can put together when we put our mind to other people's affairs, when we look into the progress of others, and then we get entangled into what does not actually belong to us. And when we are in what we are supposed to do, we struggle with it because our mindset. So today I'll be talking about you were born to what? To do this. All right. So let's get into it. I'll be taking my first verse from Jeremiah 1:5. Jeremiah 1 verse 5. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nation. And I will take the second reading from Romans 8:28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. Without going far, before I formed you in the womb, meaning before you were formed for a purpose. Before you were formed, there was a reason behind it. It's like when we're building a house, there's a reason behind it. When we are buying a car, there's a reason behind it. When we are doing anything, there's a reason behind it. And God says, before you were formed, there's a reason for it. There's a purpose for it. And you were set apart. You were different. You were unique. You are unique. You are what? Unique. Uniquely created being. You are not like every other person. You might have the same features, but your destiny, your outcome is different. So what you are set out to do is designed, it's in your DNA, is designed by God. So where you find yourself, where you are right now, is all designed by God. So it's important we know that. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God. Before I go anywhere, something that popped in my mind from the Bible is Joseph. Joseph was set out to be the head of his family and everything. That was there. But look at the journey. Before he was formed, he was meant to be the prime minister. Before he was formed, he was meant to be the prime minister. So we know that by what? By the fact that that is what he was called to be the prime minister. But the journey, can you see the journey? Anyway, you are not an accident. You are not a random. You are not a mistake trying to find meaning. So it's important that we recognize that we are not a mistake. We are not random. We are not a mistake trying to find meaning. Rather, you are called. You are what? You are called. It's important you recognize that I am called. Then you are set apart. You are different, uniquely set apart to do a singular thing in this world, in this life. You are purposed by design. What seems to be low, what seems to be not complete, seems to be not perfect in you, you are designed by design. You are purposefully designed. So it's important we recognize that and work on what we are. That dream in your heart, that idea that won't leave you, that business concept, message, or product that burns in your bones, it was planted in you by God himself. It was planted in you by God himself. So listen, that desire that's eating you up and everything, I'm saying, listen, it's planted by God. Now we need to be careful here, because you can open yourself to the devil to be used as well. The devil too could plant things in your heart, in your mind, if you allow yourself to do that. And you probably will think it's God. You need to be careful, because everything that God's planted in you, it needs to go. you can refer to you can find it, you can examine it by the Spirit. Say, search the Spirit by the Spirit. You need to be careful here. Now, what God put in you, is it evil? Is it going to hurt people? Is it going to build people? Is it going to serve others? So it's very important. Okay. So there's so many of us, sometimes we get into that entanglement, and where because of our misconception, we develop idea, and the devil amplifies it, and then we claim is God. God doesn't do evil. He doesn't tempt anybody. So we need to be very careful. The blueprint was written before your birth. Your blueprint, your design, your set out, what you will be, is have been set out before your birth. Before you were born, God already defined your assignment, your grace, your unique contribution to the world. Jeremiah 1:5 reveals that purpose precedes birth. You did not just come to life just by accident. No, you were designed to fill a gap, to do a particular time in a space. All right. You were born to find purpose. You were born with purpose. You were not born to find purpose. You were not born to be looking for what to do or what to become. You were born to achieve what you were designed for. You were born with purpose already embedded in you. Many a time we pursue things and we find that we are not happy, even though we are making making money, and then we feel sad, we feel depressed, we feel anxiety, we feel all sort of things. All because we are not in purpose. We are not working according to God's plan. We are not where we supposed to be. Sometimes you might be achieving what you are supposed to achieve, but doing it from the wrong place, doing it in the wrong way. And then you think you are helping people, but you are sad. You think you are building, but you are damn low. You are out of it. So it's important. It's very important that we do what? We walk according to God's plan and God's precept. Like a seed contains the entire DNA of the tree, it is meant to become. A seed contains the entire DNA of the tree. It is meant what? To become. Your spirit already holds the full blueprint of what you are meant to build. What you are meant to become is already embedded in you. So imagine if everything about you is set out to become A, and you are struggling to become B. How will that function? And many of people are living that life. They are living a different person, a different personality in themselves. They are a different person in themselves. I can imagine that kind of struggle. Your business career or calling is not secular, it is spiritual. Wherever you are now, it is what? Spiritual, which is expressing itself physically. Some people divide their lives between what's for God, what is for business, and what is for survival. Some people divide their life between what is for God, what is for business, what is for survival. But God sees no such division. You are a full person with a full that belong to God. Everything about you is created for that purpose, and you belong to God. So everything you do, it is not divided. There's not something. It's not like this is for God and that is for business and that is for survival. No. And what God sees, everything you are doing, if aligned with your calling, is sacred. If it's aligned with your calling, is sacred. Romans 8:28 declares that all things work together for good, not just church work. That includes your career, your leadership, your products, your investment, your service, your failure, your restart. Everything that you are going through works together for what? For good. Not just when we go to church, not just when we answer as a pastor or as a choir member. No, everything you do, whether inside or outside, is part of God's plan, is part of God's achievement, is part of God's purpose for your life. I'll quickly give an example here. I have a young man that said he want to stop his business to go into pastoral full time, and to go, into pastoral full time. And I said to him, where you are going, you will need money. Where you are going, what you are getting into, you will need money. Why not do your job properly and make that money to support the ministry? Anyway, he got the message, and today he's doing very well, yet he's still a pastor. He became a pastor and didn't abandon his job, rather improved in it. If you love God and are working in your assignment, nothing is wasted. Because you're a banker, or because you're a carpenter, because you're a house help, doesn't make a difference in you achieving God's purpose. Daniel was a slave boy serving in a country where they don't worship God, but he was there to serve God. He was there to serve God. Shadrach, Abednego, they were slaves, but they were there serving God. At the end of the day, their job put them in a situation where the whole nation started serving their God. So wherever you are and you are working for God and working unto God, whatever you are doing, say whatever you find, and you are doing it unto God in your space, you are working for God. All right? It's not separated from who you are. It's who you are wherever you are. You are not just a person, you are a solution. I mean, look at it this way. We come, we go. Nobody stays forever. Even if you stay 600 years like Noah and co, you will still go one day. But in that space that we are here, we are what? A solution. We are meant to progress. We are meant to advance. We are meant to do what? To change a course of something. We are meant to add to something. We are meant to support what God has started. He started it. Everything. There's nothing new under the sun, mind you. Everything that we are doing is fulfilling God's plan, completing, finishing what He has started. A car does not come by itself. No, a car came from product already that God has created. The soil and everything, the tire, rubber, and the iron and everything is from what God has created. And the idea popped in somebody's head. Somebody put it into practice. He's doing it for God. We need to move from A to B to do the assignment God has granted us to do, the assignment God has given us, assignment we're designed to do. All right? But as I said from the beginning, you need to be careful, because the same talent you have can be used for the devil, can be used for God, can be used for good, can be used for evil. That same talent, that same gift, that same calling, depending on who you recognize giving you that gift, the person you recognize giving you that ability, the person you recognize designed you for that purpose. All right. Okay. You are not just a person, you are a solution. Every problem in the world is waiting for someone to rise up with a God-inspired solution. Moses in the Bible was a deliverer. Joseph was a strategic economist. Esther was a political influencer. I'm talking about the influencers now. Paul was a marketplace tent maker and a global communicator. You don't need a pulpit to be impactful. Your business can be your ministry. Your product can be your prophetic message. So it's important. You were born to solve a problem, and God planted you in this time, culture, and generation on purpose. You are not here by accident. You are where you are, exactly where you are, for that purpose. Paul found himself in prison for that purpose. A family gave their life to Christ. People in prison gave their life to Christ. You are where you are right now for a purpose. Samson was blinded, put under the rope, and Bible says this is the purpose for which. But we will look at it that Samson in the Bible did not manage himself properly. Bible says that was the purpose. He was where he found himself. When the power came back over him, what he did was exactly what he was created for. When you walk in purpose, even mistakes work for you. When we walk in purpose, even mistakes works for you. Romans 8:28. It's not about perfection. It's about alignment. You may have failed in business before, made poor decisions, started too late, lost resources, or momentum. But none of that cancels your calling. None of that cancels your calling. God uses everything, the lessons, the pain, the closed door, to refine us, to set our path, to reshape us, to do what? To reshape our character. There's nothing about us that is wasted as far we align ourselves to God's purpose. As far we are concerned, we are not a mistake, and our mistake can be used by God as far as we are align ourselves into his purpose. Delay is not a denial. Setback is not the end. Everything still works together for good. The enemy knows you were born for this. I mean, you wonder why you're being attacked. You wonder why you've not made the money, you've not done job. You're wondering why there's just so much struggle and everything. Paul says, a fervent door is open unto me. But what? The adversary, they turn up. Because they know what you want to achieve. They know what God, they know your purpose. They know what is inside of you. You know, we might not even see what we carry. We see ourselves as just that vessel, that broken vessel, or that vessel that is so light, and we don't know the value. We don't know what we are carrying. We don't know the power we carry. We don't know the gift we carry. We don't know the service we carry. We don't know the solution we carry. We don't know the healing power that we carry. We don't know what the word in our mouth that can change nation. We don't know. We look ourselves broken, and the enemy tried to do what? To keep us low, to keep us on that level, to keep us broken, to keep on reminding us, you are not God for that. You can't be that. You can't do that. Listen, if you know your God, you will make exploit. This is why opposition comes. The devil isn't fighting your past. He's terrified. He's worried about what? Your future. Oh, he knows something. He knows something that you don't know. He said about Job, he said that, is it not you that protected him, put an edge around him? That's why he's glowing. That's why he's doing what he's doing. That's why he could praise you. That's why he could worship you. Listen, you don't even know the protection that surrounds you. Only if you could if your eyes could be open, like the servant of Elisha, then you will see that God didn't just place you and put all those gifts, all those things around you or in you, and then didn't protect it. Come on. He didn't put his breath in you if he wasn't going to protect it. You will go through things, but it's with you. The 3 Hebrew boys went through the fire by protecting, by keeping to their mandate, by saying, we will not bow down for you. We will not change our calling for you. We will not serve a different God. And what happened? When they entered, the 4th man showed. Listen, let me deviate a bit. The 4th man was always with them. The 4th man is always with you. And it's not meant to work with you when everything's fine. You can only see him when you're in trouble. You can only see God manifestation when there's a need for it. Because he's always there protecting. He's always there blessing you. He's always there elevating you. You need to trust him. Let's say, if he deliver us, fine. If he choose not to, we are still okay. We are still not changing our mind. But when they got inside, there were 4 men there. He has been always with them. And I'm speaking with you now, right now. He is with you right now. Where are you? Are you down in a place where you are asking yourself, if I will ever come out? Trust him, because what? He's always, and he is with you right now. In every situation, good or bad, shining or sunny or winter or summer, he's always with you. Don't focus on what the enemy is showing you. Focus on who is with you, and exactly and especially who is inside of you. The king saw them and he said, there are 4 people talking. Why are there 4? God is talking with you right now. He's speaking with you right now. Are you listening to him? Anyway, let's come back to it. The enemy knows you were born for this. This is why opposition comes. The devil isn't fighting your past. He's terrified. He's worried, and he's so terrified of what? Of your future, of what you're about to change. He attacks your confidence to block your contribution. He sends fear to do what? To shock your faith. He uses comparison to paralyze your creativity. But you are not here to hide. You are here to rise. You are not here to do what, to hide, but to rise. Let's talk about identity. Identity fuels initiative. Knowing you were born for this gives you boldness to act, endurance to stay the course, clarity to stop comparing. Not knowing who you are in Christ can be a devastating point in your life. Can be something damaging, something that could pull you back, pull you down, that could limit you, that could keep you below your level of creativity. So it's very important that you do what? You stay, that God created in his own image, and he fuels you. Before you were born, you are not a mistake. I'm not a mistake. I'm here for a purpose, and I'm in my purpose. Then then what happens is this: you act boldly. Then when you are going through it and it seems to be difficult, and you are working and God's preparing you, working with your character and everything, you are what? You endure. You stay in course. You don't waver. You stay in no matter what. You stay in. And then what happens is this: you have clarity. You don't compare yourself. You don't compare yourself. You don't look at others to see how far they have gone. You have gone very far in your own purpose, not their purpose, not with anybody else, but with your purpose. So stay in your purpose, stay in your lane, and do what God has called you to do. You stop needing permission. When you know your identity, you stop needing permission. When you know your identity, you stop waiting for signs. When you know what you are called for, you stop waiting for signs. You get on with it. When you know your identity, you stop hesitating because of fear. Oh, maybe I will fail. Maybe it will not work. No, you know you will make it. It doesn't matter how difficult it becomes. You know, at the end of the day, you will stand and say, I've finished the race. I've done a good work. You realize that God's fingerprint is already on your idea, and that means he's backing it. That means what? He's backing it. We need to affirm to ourselves. We need to declare to ourselves every time, I was created for such a time as this. My purpose is not a coincidence. My purpose is not a coincidence. It is a divine plan by God. I move in confidence, knowing that God has already gone ahead of me. So it's important that we know that. It's important we declare to yourself, I'm a champion. Well, that's what I tell my children every morning. I've been telling them since they were babies until now. Whenever we greet, the first thing I say to them, you are a champion, you are number one, and you are excellent. Because when you affirm that, and when you say that to yourself every time, you walk boldly knowing who you are. You walk boldly knowing exactly who's with you. You walk boldly knowing that with God, everything is possible. With God, you will only achieve what? His purpose. And when I achieve his purpose, his will is achieved, then I fulfill the reason and the purpose for which I am created. So it's very important and very critical for us to work in that path, in that way, to work with purpose in life. Not just to do what? Just be in line. And another thing is this: be careful to compare yourself with others, because when you do compare yourself with others, that means you are not looking at the mirror, you're not looking at yourself, you are looking at them. And before you know it, you will change, you will become like them. And when you become like them, you will not fulfill what you are called to be. Then you become to the same level, and you stop seeing your purpose. When you come to that same level, when you are looking at them, instead of looking at the mirror and looking at who God says you are, and you are looking at them and looking at their place, their positioning, and everything concerning them, to compare yourself, to compare where you are, where you stand, before you know it, you will come to their level. Before you know it, you will respond to whatever they are going through instead of you being the solution. You got to stand out. You got to stand in God's calling. You got to stand in what God calls you to be. You got to stand in his affirmation concerning you. I made you in my image for a purpose, and that purpose needs to be fulfilled in your life, not somebody else's life. You are the one to become and to fulfill purpose. So what am I saying again quickly before I round up? You are not just a person, you are a solution. Tell yourself that I'm a solution. I'm not just a person. I'm what? A solution. So wherever I find myself, it doesn't matter where I find myself. It doesn't matter what made me to be in that position. In that place, I'm a solution. I'm a solution. May you become a solution wherever you go in Jesus' name. All right. So your purpose was not man-made. So you need to affirm and say that to yourself. He doesn't need validation, applause, or permission. It's important that we know that it's not man-made. So I don't need man to affirm or to validate or to applause or permission from a man to do what God has called me to do. I don't need that permission. You understand? I mean, you were born for this, so rise up and do it. You can if you just do it. So all these things that I'm talking about is taken from my book. You can if you just do it. The book is available in the great British bookshop. It's available in the great British bookshop. You can get the book, and there's so much in it that you need to read. So much in it that will encourage you. So much in it that will get you up in the morning and get you fired up to become what God says you are. That will fire you up to expose the greatness in you. You are great. You are great. It's like waking up and finding an angel standing in front of you and saying, "Great man of valor," and you are wondering if that's true. That is true. I'm telling you now, you are a great man of valor. You are powerful beyond your own imagination. So get out, get up, and get it going. And you will be surprised how far you can go. You'll be surprised what you can achieve. You'll be surprised to discover yourself. That's the point. That's another one. You'll be surprised to discover yourself, to say, "Wow, you mean I did that?" Yes, you can't do that. You can't do that. So quickly, let us pray. Lord, thank you that I am not an accident. You formed me with intention. You called me before I knew my own name. Help me to walk in the fullness of the calling. Oh Lord, let every plan, skill, and business idea be aligned with your purpose. Use my life to solve problems, touch lives, and glorify your name. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. Amen.